No Laying Up co-founder, one of the hosts, Chris Solomon, joining the show. Ben Lyons in for Rich on the Rich Eisen Show. Chris, I've had the privilege of being around some really interesting people who work in the game of golf. And the question I always ask them, it's rather open-ended, and I'll ask it to you. What does golf need more of?
What does it need more of? Let's just go from the start. I think it needs to be a more engaging television product. When we're talking about the professional game, I think it's hard to watch on a week-to-week basis when there's as many commercials as there are. So from the top-down approach, it's not a necessarily delightful thing to turn on every week. And I think that can have a filter all the way down to golf needing more. Honestly, like immediate answer to that would just be like more par 3 courses. I need a place to go where, well, with my wife, who's a beginner, or some of my neighbors that are beginners that we've talked about going out and playing golf together that are very much beginners. They don't need a 440-yard par 4. They are years away from needing to play that hole. But you know what they would probably have a lot of fun with is a 60-yard hole, a pitch shot, putting, getting around the green, and getting into the hole without feeling like they're rushed or they need a tee time or they need their shirt tucked in or all that. I just think that, a place like that takes so much less land. It takes so much less maintenance, and I can feel kind of a renovation or kind of a revolution in that as well, and more of these things popping up. But I really do think that that's really what the game needs, to introduce more people to it, and just to not every round of golf needs to be 18 holes. It can be 6 holes. It can be 5, and there's some more and more places that are starting to embrace that, and I'm hopeful that over the next 10 years or so, there'll be a lot more places that you can visit that are like that.
I hope you're pulling back the curtain. I hope you're revealing what the No Laying Up brand has in the future in the works, because a No Laying Up like headquarters or nightclub that's a par 3 course and is a vibe. Like, dude, I'm all in on that. Awesome. But it's funny. It's like what I love about No Laying Up and what you guys have built is that there's this real understanding, appreciation, and respect for the game and the traditions we love about the game without, like you said, all the pretentious stuff. We're not trying to go to the golf course in jeans and blast the new, Pusha T album. Like, that's not what's happening. But we can have some fun and we can loosen things up a little bit. So where do you lie sort of on the idea of golf getting a little zanier and crazier and louder and waste management-ifying the game, if you will?
I think there's a lot of room for that entertainment aspect you're speaking about, waste management being an example of what they just do. The entertainment aspect of professional golf extremely well. That tournament is worth watching because the atmosphere that they have on site rings through on television. The noise, the setting, the networks actually do a great job of that event, just giving you a sense of place, feeling like you're within those crazy crowds. I used to doubt how many people they got to that tournament until I went for the first time in person. I was like, okay, this is a festival. Like this is the extreme end of the entertainment aspect of professional golf. But at the same time, like there are some traditions of the game of golf that I do respect. Like I do. I don't know. I don't really care if you have your shirt tucked in. I don't really care what you wear on the golf course. Yet at the same time, like maintaining pace of play and just kind of making sure that the person behind you is having as good of an experience on the course as what you're having, I think is something that is a challenge with the game that comes with, new people coming into it and not understanding certain, I hate to even say rules, because really it's just etiquette. It's just like how, does your experience affect the people around you? If you get somebody out there who's a true beginner that has no idea that they should probably pick the ball up at a certain point, you might back up the whole golf course, right? So it's a challenge that golf is going to battle forever, as far as I can tell. But there's a lot of stuff that's really silly that just doesn't need to happen in the game. But I think year by year, some of that stuff just starts to fade away. I remember people were actually talking about, like, should hoodies be on a golf course? It's like, why? Who is mad about that? Like, who could possibly care?
That was a big issue, Chris. That was a serious issue. There were lots of memos and meetings. So many people were CC'd on the email.
I don't know if it actually was a serious issue. I think people are just like one person mentioned it, and everyone got up in arms about one person mentioning it, and it became a storyline for like a couple years ago. But I don't know. I'm all over the place. I dress nice sometimes to go play golf and play real serious competitive golf from the back tees, and then I dress like a slob sometimes and go out and play 3 holes with beginners from the white tees or whatever it is. So the golf can be experienced in so many different ways. I'll never tell someone how they should experience it or enjoy it. I can just try to give people an image of different ways that they can and should maybe want to experience it.